So I've been working on mindset and money mindset with a lot of my students here inside of the AfroDomme Academy. And one thing one of my students was mentioning was just kind of struggling with feeling like things were not going in their favor just yet, because they had recently increased the price on their subscription platform. And just as anything to be expected, when you increase the price after years of underselling, when you cut off people and really set boundaries on your time and your energy and your intellectual property after maybe years of not doing so, people are going to have a response, right? Especially when it comes to making money and being a content creator. When you raise the price, when you're trying to scale yourself to 6 and 7 figures, and you go from being the kind of creator that has maybe like a $5 OnlyFans, a $5 loyal fans, to now being the girl that's like $35, $45 a month, naturally, you're gonna have some people drop off. Naturally, you're gonna have those folks who can't afford you anymore bow out and leave. But that's the great part. When you shift yourself, and when you talk about mindset, and you shift yourself from struggling to thriving, from survival to millionaire, right? When you, and I'm talking really loud because there's a big ass truck right here. Big ass truck right here at the gas station. But when you up the price on your time, on your effort, on your labor, on your energy, naturally people are going to drop off. Naturally, you're going to lose some subscribers. Naturally, some people who just can no longer go along for the ride with you are no longer going to be here. But that's the great part, right? Because when you shift your mindset, hey, Kashadina, when you shift your mindset to constantly seeking abundance, constantly seeking prosperity, what you'll realize is, now that the truck is gone, I can stop screaming. What you'll realize is the people who can actually afford your new price aren't going to complain about the price because they can afford it, right? So don't worry about, as you are scaling up the ladder, as you are scaling up your business from one tax bracket to maybe 2, 3, even 4 tax brackets ahead of yourself for the first time ever, or for the first time in this business, right? Whatever, when you're climbing that ladder and you're scaling to the top, don't worry about the people behind you that are, falling off or not able to, hold on and have that same tenacity that you have as you're scaling up, because the people who will be on that same energy, that same vibration, they're not going to complain about the journey. They're not going to complain about the price. They're not going to complain about you upping the price because, well, shit, the number is something that they can afford. And honestly, maybe they're finding you like after the fact of you changing your prices, so they never knew that it was cheaper before, and they just paid the price because that's what it is, and based on your credentials and the quality of your work, the price made sense, so they were willing and more than willing and happy to pay that shit, right? That is what happens when you truly take the time to be selfish, to be greedy, right? Because at the end of the day, I promise you, when I'm sitting in meetings with 6 and 7 figure female entrepreneurs, the one thing that they always say is, oh my God, Ekua, I can't believe how much money I was leaving on the table by not charging enough, by feeling bad for wanting to charge my worth, for feeling bad to say, hey, a couple of these sales priced the right way are gonna help me pay my rent and pay my bills. A lot of people nowadays, especially on social media, feel like that's a problem. I've even seen girls say, like, I don't go to hairstylists, I don't support Black-owned businesses because I can tell that they live a certain type of lifestyle off of my sales, and I'm not about to be funding nobody's lifestyle. What the fuck did you think that you were doing when you were supporting this person's business? Did you not think that they were going to take that money and feed their families and buy more inventory and take care of themselves and have some type of lifestyle? Or did you just want your service providers and people that you're looking to for products and things like that, as a consumer, you want those people to live in destitute and poverty, poorer than you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, at all. That's not the case. So it shouldn't matter if, you know, I am charging or someone's charging $500 for their time for a product or service, when, again, they have the results from client testimonials and the credentials and the backings to make that price make sense, and what they're delivering to you on the back end in exchange for that, you know, minor ticket, because $500 isn't even like a high ticket thing anymore when it comes to e-commerce products and services, coaching, consulting anymore, especially not in financial domination. $500 is pocket change. So it shouldn't matter if you're paying someone $500 for this or that, if you know that what you're going to get on the back end is going to be worth that $500 and much, 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 much more. But what we need to do, and what more and more Black women need to do, is, again, just feel comfortable and confident with knowing you are worth more. And when you up the price, you will align yourself with people who don't mind what the price tag is, don't care about the price tag, won't complain about the price tag, because those kinds of people will have it in their pockets, and those kinds of people will equally agree, oh my God, $500? You're offering a discount, you're offering a deal. That's nothing, that's pocket change. The motherfuckers that was paying, like, let's say, for example, with the monthly subscriptions, the motherfuckers that was paying $5 for your OnlyFans, of course they're going to have a problem with the fact that you want $25, $35, $45 a month now. They can't afford that. They can't even afford fucking cable. But the kind of person who can afford a $45 a month subscription for some adult content is not complaining about that $45 coming out of his pocket, because he got plenty more money. So know your audience and price yourself competitively, because you deserve it. Why make yourself a $5 OnlyFans girl when you spent thousands of dollars on camera equipment, makeup, lingerie, hair, editing software, and all of those other things that make literally $5 like not even worth the investment that of energy and time and labor that you're putting in to even produce said content? Right? Don't shoot yourself in the foot thinking, well, if I charge $5 then it's gonna add up. It's gonna add up. How many motherfuckers is it gonna take for you to get $100 if you charging $5 a pop? That's a lot of motherfucking work on top of the work that you already doing. Now think about how many motherfuckers it's gonna take for you to get $100 if you charging $45 a month. Oh, all right.